Oh, I don't think I mentioned it before, did I, Beryl?
I don't think I mentioned it before, did I, Beryl?
Head office are getting a bit of a team together.
Head office are getting a bit of a team together.
I expect they'll want me to lash out on a pair of boots, Weedy, laugh, laugh.
I expect they'll want me to lash out on a pair of boots.
It's terrifically exciting in here, isn't it?
Gripping. Ripping, great, hot diggity dog.
Have you found anything of particular interest?
Yeah?
What?
All the fellas in these advertisements are laughing their heads off like demented drains.
They're happily married.
They're models.
Happily married models.
I mean, let's face it, Beryl. Look at him. Foam rubber underlay just isn't all that funny.
Yeah. £1 square yard, that.
It's not even slightly funny. Look at him. He's well away. Show him one cork tile and he's off, folly anywhere.
You're bored, aren't you? Looking at boring old furniture with boring old Beryl.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so before, Beryl? Come on, we can still make the start of Nympho and the Erotic 3.
I hate westerns. Anyway, it's not me that's bored, Geoffrey, it's you. I'm just fed up.
What's curved and yellow and
An electric banana, and I heard it 19 years ago, and it was incredibly pathetic then.
Are you still fed up?
Very.
Is it something organic?
Geoffrey, reading strip cartoons about bedtime drinks doesn't mean you're medically qualified.
Well, only means is there something wrong with your organs?
Geoffrey, it's not 7:10 yet. You're not starting already, are you?
Starting what?
Starting, Geoffrey. Percy Phil, starting.
I'm genuinely concerned about you, Beryl.
You know, there are certain subjects at which Geoffrey P. Scrimgeour is slightly less than fantastic, and showing concern about Beryl is 9 of them.
I am concerned about Beryl.
Why?
Well, if you're fed up, then I'm fed up.
You're not.
I am.
Are you fed up now?
Yeah.
Why are you fed up now?
Well, if you're fed up now, then
Why do you think I'm fed up?
These chairs make funny patterns on your bottom.
Does being absolutely pathetic come naturally?
No, I think it's a sort of knack.
And vulgar?
No, that comes naturally.
Ah, are you cross? Just because we just happened to be passing this wonderful Better Homes exhibition, and on the spur of the moment I casually suggested we have a little look inside.
For 10 minutes?
For 10 minutes?
2 hours ago.
Time always flies on winged foot when there are so many things to interest one.
One what?
It's not a sort of knack you've got, Geoffrey, it's a sort of feeble mind.
Well, what many things to interest me?
Dishwashers.
We can't afford a dishwasher, Beryl.
I didn't say we could afford one, Geoffrey. Golly whiz, who could ever afford a really sensible, labour-saving device like an automatic dishwasher? Except Marjorie Etchells and Iris Underwood and a few girls at work whose husbands thought they'd appreciate a really sensible, labour-saving device like an automatic dishwasher. Not many people.
It's not the gift that counts, Beryl, it's the thought.
I know.
I'll buy you a brand new dishcloth.
Thank you.
Of course, the real trendy labour-saving device these days is paper plates. I believe they're all the rage in Macclesfield. With the Macclesfield in crowd. All the fun people.
Hey, we could do away with meals altogether and just have cups of Complan and brewer's yeast tablets.
I like Complan.
And if we had people round to dinner, we could give them a plastic spoonful of cod liver oil each, followed by a handful of raisins.
I like raisins.
That's entirely beside the point, Geoffrey.
Beryl, don't you think automatic dishwashers from £120 are slightly beside the point?
It's true, isn't it? The well-known biological fact that all men are sentimentally attached to money.
Pardon?
They can't bear parting with it.
Except all the husbands of every girl you work with.
I didn't actually say they could bear parting with it, Geoffrey. All men are mean.
Men are careful.
Like misers. In stories, misers are always men.
But I'm not mean, Beryl. Because in order to be mean, you've got to have money to be mean with.
Geoffrey, if you want to go, I wish you'd just come right out with it and say so.
I want to go, Beryl.
I'm selfish. Mean and selfish.
Look, Beryl, so far, we've managed to save £194. By the time we get married, we'll probably have just about 300.
Well?
Well, why are we looking at automatic dishwashers from £120 and £200 leather settees and Scandinavian sauna baths from only... From only what?
A cat may look at a king, Geoffrey.
Well, I agree, Beryl, but although I've not got the exact figures to hand, I don't think there's many cats buy Scandinavian sauna baths from... No, I can hardly believe that.
A cat may look at a king is just a saying like, Geoffrey P. Scrimger has the lowest form of wit.
You know, I don't think I'm very good at Better Homes exhibitions. I think I might be all right when I've got a bit more practice in.
Anyway, most people just come to look at the many new and tremendously wonderful items.
This many new and tremendously wonderful garden chair, Beryl, costs £22.
Well, it is an authentic reproduction of an elegant mid-Victorian garden chair.
Beryl, you're beginning to talk like an advertisement.
I'm reading an advertisement, Geoffrey, behind you. From an original design by Charles Wainwright Arra.
Ah, no, I think Arra is pronounced A-R-A, Beryl, Associate of the Royal Academy.
Clever.
Oh! Oh, I'm sorry, Beryl. I seem to have accidentally kicked your shoe in the shin.
And I foolishly believe that if I just managed to get you in here, you'd really get something out of it. We'd both get something out of it.
We both have got something out of it, Beryl.
What?
Original Charles Wainwright designs all over our bottoms.
Honestly, you've got bottoms on the brain. And please stop saying bottoms.
B-O-T-T-O-M's, Beryl, are part of the human anatomy. Every member of the human race is born with a B-O-T-T-O-M.
Maybe Scrimshaw wasn't. She's as flat as a mat at the back.
The jobs of thousands of people making hot dogs depends entirely upon the theory that everyone's got one.
Eh? I'll have to tell her. On Monday, she'll be ecstatic about having a bottom in theory.
Otherwise, the bottom would fall right out of the market.
Do other couples have conversations like us? It's not just us, is it, Geoffrey?
No.
No, it's just you, isn't it? Hey, I bet that couple aren't really examining every minute aspect of that lawnmower with a fine toothbrush.
Tooth comb?
Or tooth comb. I bet they're not even married. They probably arranged to meet there last night.
Yeah.
Her husband's probably away on a business trip in Rome.
Yeah.
They're probably planning to spend the weekend together.
Yeah.
I bet she has a luxury caravan in a secluded vale in the Lake District near Ambleside.
Hey, I'll tell you something else, Beryl.
What?
All the girls in these advertisements can't look at something without going...
Must be an old Spanish custom.
Well, I mean, it's not true, is it, Beryl? I mean, I don't know anyone, woman, beast or man, looks at something and goes...
And do stop worrying, darling. It's all right.
Geoffrey!
Anyway, Harry will be very pleased.
Geoffrey, do you believe in telepathy?
Well, I think if you can believe that pictures can fly through the air and come through television sets, you can believe anything.
They're young, aren't they?
Yeah, there can't be very many married couples claiming child allowance for themselves.
You're never too young to enter into a beautiful and meaningful relationship, Geoffrey.
I might sound old-fashioned, Beryl, but I think you should wait until you've taken your O-levels. Do you want to go?
I want to go and have a look at that house. Are you coming?
Why do you want to look at this house, Beryl?
Just out of interest. It is for sale, you know.
It's too big. We'd never get it on the bus. I don't think I'll come in tonight, Beryl.
Why not?
Well, it's getting on a bit.
It's getting on for 8:10, Geoffrey.
Is it? Oh, good night, Beryl.
Oh, for goodness sake, put your lips straight, Geoffrey.
I'm pursing them for a kiss.
All because we just happened to be passing that wonderful Better Homes exhibition, and I casually suggested we have a little look inside.
No, I always purse them like this.
Girls like to feel they're desirable, Geoffrey. You don't blow down them like a trombone. Ooh.
What's the matter?
My mum must be out. She always leaves the kitchen light on when she goes out for burglars.
She's a very considerate woman, your mum.
You know what I mean.
Beryl, I think we both benefit by having an early night.
You wouldn't recognise an early night if you bumped into one, Geoffrey. You've never seen an early night.
Well, there's always a first time for everything. Well, almost everything. You don't mind, do you, Beryl?
Mind? Who am I to mind? You're the icing on the cake, Geoffrey. You're the cherry on the top. I'm just a drag of a fiancé. I'm not worth bottling like you.
Oh, well, I just thought I'd ask.
Thank you.
Right.
Right.
I'll, go then.
You'll, go then.
See you tomorrow.
Nothing can ever be certain, Geoffrey, but uncertainty.
Oh, well, I might see you tomorrow then, might not.
What's happening to us? It's all cooling down, isn't it?
Beryl, one bad fixture does not a whole season make.
It's not sports night with Coleman, Geoffrey.
Look, what's one rotten night out among so many? Ah, great nights out.
You do love me, don't you?
Of course I do.
You would say if you didn't.
Of course I would.
Honest.
Look, Beryl, I'm not one of these fellas who just end up marrying a bird just because he doesn't like hurting her feelings.
Marriage isn't really an end up, Geoffrey. It's a beginning from.
Absolutely.
And you're not scared of hurting my feelings, are you?
No.
Actually, girls can be fascinated by men who have a streak of cruelty.
Oh, that wouldn't be cruelty, Beryl.
Hurting my feelings is cruelty, Geoffrey.
Oh, no, not when it's in a good cause, it's not. What are you doing?
Kissing you.
Starting?
I say that.
N-O spells no.
And that.
You just want to lure me inside that house and rip my pants off and have your way with it.
Geoffrey, girls don't rip boys' pants off. They've more sense. Girls know who'd end up having to repair them.
Ripping boys' pants off is not an end-up, Beryl. And anyway, it's perfectly respectable these days. Copenhagen, you can't go into a chippy without having your pants ripped off.
You should go to Mawson's at the end. Mr. Mawson's a member of the Manchester and District Fish Fries Association.
That's entirely beside the point, Beryl.
The point is, Geoffrey, there's nothing to be ashamed of in being in saving yourself.
How do you mean, Beryl? I've been around, you know. Before I met you, I
meant me, not you. Are you frustrated because I won't succumb?
All men need occasional outlets for, if you'll excuse me using the word, sexual frustration. Do you think I've missed the 22 to Seymour Grove?
Buses don't keep to a 10-minute service at this time, Geoffrey. They arrive in fours like wagon trains.
Probably to prevent hijackers getting on.
Yeah, and passengers. And have you got an outlet for your, forgive me for using the word, sexual frustration?
A stamp on old age pensioners.
Geoffrey, that's an awful thing to say. You'll be an old age pensioner one day and somebody might stamp on you.
I'll be all right. There won't be any virgins about.
I happen to like saving myself, Geoffrey.
I've noticed.
Oh, I'm very happy.
Look, Beryl, you can't say that. You've got no basis for comparison.
It's a status symbol these days, like being a member of an exclusive club.
Very exclusive.
It's always easier to lose something than keep something, Geoffrey.
Look, why don't you apply for a grant, Beryl? You could get one for the conservation of natural resources.
Sticks and stones, Geoffrey.
Whispering sweet nothings, are we?
Oh, hello there, Mrs. Battersby. I didn't hear you stalking up.
I beg your pardon?
You've got very quiet gravel. Have you had it treated?
Has he been drinking?
We're not speaking.
Did I just hear you say you were getting married in White, Beryl?
I see next door's house needs pointing.
Which way?
Oh, no, Mrs. Battersby. It's the stuff you put in between the bricks to stick them together.
Mortar, Geoffrey. 3 of sand, 1 of cement.
1 of, and 3 of, or 3 and 1, as they call it in the trade.
God, it's pathetic.
Geoffrey, instead of standing here, would you care to lead us up the garden path?
Oh, he was just rushing off.
Were you, Geoffrey?
No. No, I wasn't. Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with your pointing, Mrs. Battersby. Can't fault that. Oh. Oh, well, just that little bit. The rest's great.
Can I look at your brochures, please?
Pardon?
The word brochures does not have a double meaning, Geoffrey. Therefore, there's no need to say pardon. Real life isn't like a carry-on film, you know.
Could I tempt you with one of my macaroons, Geoffrey?
Beryl.
Biscuits.
Almond-flavoured coconut crunch, Geoffrey.
Thank you.
Oh, well, I see you managed to get to the Better Homes exhibition then.
Oh, yes, we were just passing, and on the spur of the moment, Beryl says, why don't we go in and have a look inside?
Yes, Beryl said that you were going to... Oh, well. What a nice little house. Terraces seem to be coming back, don't they?
It's a townhouse, Mother.
I didn't think it was a country house, Beryl.
I mean, you don't call them terraced houses these days. You call them townhouses.
What's the difference?
About £3,000.
It's got fitted kitchen units, PVC gutters, an immersion heater, abundant power points and thermal insulation.
OK, Huston, we have a lift-off. It's looking good.
It's been like that all day. Nobody would suspect we were about to embark upon life's greatest journey.
Oh, Llandudno's great.
See what I mean?
Beryl, so far we've managed to save £194.
Well, we can get a 95% mortgage, Geoffrey. That only leaves 5% deposit.
Well, that's £200, Beryl.
You don't mind me listening, do you? It's full of memories.
I mean, and then there's furniture and things. What are we going to buy that with?
We didn't have anything when your father dropped me over the threshold.
Carried you over?
No, love, dropped. He fell over the cardboard boxes the mob suit came in. Still,
Here we go.
money cannot buy those things which cannot be bought, the important things.
Was everything rationed, Mrs. Battersby?
Love, Geoffrey. Can't buy me love.
Oh, love.
You and me dad managed all right, though, didn't you?
No. But still,
Here we go again.
if you lie upon roses when you're young, you lie upon thorns when you're old.
We're not going to sleep in a garden. Fortunately, Geoffrey will be able to get a bank loan.
Pardon?
A bank loan, Geoffrey. You work in a bank, which is not only a respectable occupation, they're also sure of getting all the money back.
Well, I might get fed up of being respectable, Beryl. I mean, I might leave the bank and go and be an adventurer.
What sort of adventurer?
Well, the adventurous sort. I mean, I always wanted to be a pearl diver.
Well, it's the first time you've ever mentioned to me that you wanted to be a pearl diver.
Well, I wasn't too sure where you send the application forms.
Not that I mind you being a pearl diver.
Only because you don't believe me. I always wanted a gun that shot potatoes, but I never got one.
Oh, I do believe you. You can be a pearl diver in the South Seas, and I'll be a lumberjack at Lytham St Anne's.
Roland! 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 Hello, mate. It's me, Geoffrey.
What's the matter?
I didn't wake you, did I?
I'll get my suit.
I just thought you might still be up.
Is that why you were chucking bricks at the window?
Well, lying in bed, but unable to sleep. I've been sleeping very badly.
I haven't. Anyway, don't worry, mate. You only cracked the window slightly.
I'm desperate, Roland. I need somebody to talk to.
Well, what's wrong?
It's getting worse.
What is?
Everything. She wants to buy a house.
Yeah? Is that it?
Well, that's just the start, Roland. I mean, she'll want to fill it up with furniture and carpets and sauna baths and things.
What do you want me to do?
Understand?
Oh, I do understand, Geoffrey. Beryl wants to buy an house and you pop round at 20 to 2 in the morning to tell me about it.
There's more to it than that, Roland. Hey, I didn't know you had a picture of Colin Todd.
Well, last year.
He's having a cracking season.
Oh, he's fit. He gets in 8 hours worth of Zeds a night.
You know, I think I'm going off, Beryl.
Oh, Geoffrey, you go off for a bit every 2.5 days. You know, when they say marriage is a union, they don't mean you've got to have a 44-hour week. 4 spoonfuls.
I think I'm going off for a lot this time, Roland. Please. Every time she talks about money, mate, I fancy her even less. And I've noticed that every time we kiss now, I'm the first to break off. Now, that's significant, isn't it, Roland?
Oh, do you mean you don't love her?
Well, what is it? What is love? We've got nothing in common. I've been asking myself what we have got in common. And do you know what it is? Do you promise you not laugh?
It's too late for laughing.
We both like Andy Williams. Hey, I thought you said you wouldn't laugh.
I tell lies.
I've been asking myself if Andy Williams is really enough.
Jeffrey, you've been going out with Beryl for 2 years. You got engaged, you're getting married, and all you got in common is Andy Williams.
It's not much, is it?
It must be love, mate. There's nothing else there.
Roland, that's very, very wise. That's the wisest thing you've ever said.
Oh, it's not wise. I just want to go back to bed.
Guess what I found on the doorstep?
Hello, Beryl. You're looking terrific. Fabulous towel.
Would you take my place, Geoffrey? It's Beryl's go.
She really does, Mrs. Battersby. And you look good too, Mrs. Battersby. 2 peaches off the same tree.
Creep.
Thank you, Geoffrey.
Chess?
Drafts.
Oh.
You do like my mum, don't you, Geoffrey?
Oh, I think your mother's fabulous, Beryl. I always thought so.
Good.
Why?
Well, to save money. She says we can live here when we get married.
I want a fully comprehensive list of all the building sites under current development, please.
Oh, I will give more.
For you. Pearl diver.